Today we are going to talk about area. Basically, area is the space a shape covered. Let's start to think of installing the floor tiles. And let's imagine that you have a special tile, which is 1 centimeter wide and 1 centimeter long. We use such a special tile to cover the floor. Such a tile covers a space of 1 centimeter square. We say the area of the tile is 1 centimeter square. At first, you may think this unit is weird, why there is a small 2 above. Now you can just tick it. Remember, area has a unit of centimeter square. Each tile has an area of 1 centimeter square. Then, now we use such a special tile to cover a floor like that, which is a rectangular floor with length 3 centimeter and width 2 centimeter. You know that if you want to cover the floor fully, you need to cover in this way. So you know you need 6 tiles. How does 6 come from? You know that actually it is just 3 times 2. Then you know 6 centimeter square is the area of the rectangular floor. How does these two numbers come from? So actually, the 3 is the length. The 2 is the width. Then length times width equal the area of a rectangle. Now let's look at a bigger floor, which has a length of 10, width of 6. We still use such a special tile to cover it. Now we can see that if you want to cover the floor fully, then you need 10 on this side and 6 on the other side. So altogether, you need 10 times 6 equal 60. How this number come from? Again, you will find the 10 is the length of the rectangle, 6 is the width of the rectangle. Then you will get the area, means the space covered by the rectangle. So now we can conclude the area of a rectangle is given by its length times its width. That's a formula for area of a rectangle. Especially for square, because square has 4 equal sides. So if you want to find the area of a square, then that's simply side times the side. You know these two numbers are equal. Now let's try one question. You know the biggest rectangle has 5 squares. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 squares are small and big. The side of the smallest square is 2. The question asks you what is the area of the biggest rectangle. If you want to find the area of the biggest rectangle, then you have to think about our formula, which is length times width. Now, we try to find the length and width. How do we find that? We know the smallest square has a side of 2. Then, what is the next length we can find? So we can find here, which is 2 plus 2 equal 4. Then we can quickly find the 4 sides of these square are all 4. Next, we can find the length here, which is 2 plus 4 equal 6. Then we know this square has side of all 6. Then the next length we can find is here, which is 4 plus 6 equal 10. Then we know that this square has side of 10. Then we can find the length here, which is 6 plus 10 equal 16. Now you will find we know the length of the rectangle and we know the width of the rectangle both. So we can find the area. Apply the formula here. The length 16, width 10. We can just put the number in. Then the area can be calculated, which is 160 centimeters square. Another question. You know the area of the square is 36 centimeters square. What is the length of the side of the square. Some students would like to use this way to do 36 divided by 4 because they think there are 4 sides. Then the 4 sides make 36. Is it a correct way? No. Why? Because 36 is the area of the square, but not the perimeter. Pay attention. So if you know the area of the square, then you have to think from here. Our formula gives us the area of the square is calculated by its side times side. And you know the 2 sides are equal number. If the area is 36, then you have to think about a number times itself equal 36. Now let's think about same number times the same number equals 36. What should be the number? You may try like that. 1 times 1 equal 1. Then try 1 by 1, and then you will find until you think about 6 times 6. Then you will get 36. Then we know 6 is the correct answer. So we can find the side should be 6. So answer, the length of the side of the square is 6. Next question. If the area of the square below is 256, what is the length of the side of each small square? Hope there is nobody just use 256 divided by 4 to find the side of the square. That will be wrong because 256 is the area but not the perimeter. Of course, you can think about what times what equal 256. But since this number is a little bit big, so we don't want to try this way. By observation, you know that the big square is made by all same small squares. So how many small squares there? You can count. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's also 8. So 8 times 8, there are 64 small squares. 64 small squares cover an area of 256. So we can find each small square cover an area of 256 divided by 64, which is 4 centimeters square. So we know each small square is 4 centimeters square. If you know that, then we can recall our formula for the area of a square, which is side times side. When we know the area is 4, then we think about what times itself equal 4. Then we can quickly know that's 2 times 2 equal 4. So answer is 2. Now we already know the area of a rectangle, which is length times width. How about if you want to know the area of a triangle? From the picture, you can see the big rectangle can be split into 2 equal triangles. So it means the area of a triangle is just half of the rectangle. If I know the length and the width of the rectangle, I can quickly find the area of a rectangle, which is length times width. Then the triangle can be found by half of the area of that rectangle. So 160 divided by 2 equal 80. The triangle has an area of 80 centimeters squared. Now let's hold this concept and try question number 4. The side of the square is 4 centimeters long, and E and F are midpoint. Midpoint means it's the middle of the side. So each is 2. The question asks you to find the area of the shaded region. So we can find the area of the square immediately, which is side times side. So 4 times 4 equals 16. And then we can find the triangle. as well, as the triangle is just half of the square. So we can just use 16 divided by 2, which is 8. Then also we can find the area of this triangle. This triangle is just half of such a square. This square has a side of 2. So the area of such a square is 2 times 2 equal 4. Then triangle is just half of it. So 4 divided by 2 equal 2. So we can find the triangle 2 has an area of 2. Then in order to find the shaded part, then we can use the total area 16 minus triangle 1, then minus triangle 2 equal 6. So the answer is 6.